Hi, welcome back if you come to this straight after I Am Mother Watch Me Feed Part 1. This is Part 2. If you haven't watched Part 1 yet, you can go back and look at that. I'm going through the history of why Elin needed a feeding tube in the first place, what caused her disabilities and her difficulties with food. In this part, I'm talking a little bit about what happened after we got her Mickey button fitted and how that really changed everything, and then rushing around like a mad woman trying to get out and off to school in time. So thank you for being with me this far. I hope you enjoy the second part of the vlog, and yeah, join me back in the middle of Elin's hairdo and the middle of my story about her feeding tube. And Elin's weight started to very, very slowly creep upwards, or at the very least remain fairly stable. We go through periods of Elin losing weight because she's in hospital regularly with severe seizures and uncontrollable vomiting. And she does lose weight whenever that happens, and it is several times a year. But on the whole, her weight stabilised and started slowly creeping up. And so we needed a feeding tube that allowed us to do the blended diet, or that was licensed for blended diet, and that would make it easier to give blended diet as well. But we're still looking at UK being in the grips of the pandemic, and we have lockdown after lockdown, and hospitals are having massive backlogs and all kinds of just delays happening because of this. But eventually she got her second gastric surgery, which I also documented on here in vlog format, and she had the Mickey button fitted. In the 4 months following her getting a Mickey button, Elin put on 4.5 kilos in weight. I got no idea what that is in pounds. You're gonna have to look it up, sorry. 4.5 kilos, and she grew 10 centimeters in less than 4 months. And to me, this is all the proof we ever needed. Actually, should we check? Computer, what's 4.5 kilos in pounds?
4.5 kilograms is about 9 pounds 15 ounces.
9 pounds 15 ounces. Computer, what's 10 centimetres in inches?
10 centimetres is about 3.9 inches.
That I actually knew. I would have said it's almost 4 inches. 3.9 inches, good enough. Yeah, that's how much she grew once we had the Mickey button in place. And this is because when it comes to the extension tubes for the Mickey button, I showed you the one that we give water and medicine through. Now, can I do this? This is the one we give her food through, and it's so thick. Like if you compare them, I don't know how well you can see this. And can I zoom in? No, not close enough right now. I'll hold them up in a minute when I'm finished with her hair. But we can actually push much thicker blends through this tube. This is where the sort of custard consistency comes in that we're able to give her. So they're not so watered down, which means that they are more calorie dense. And because they're also thicker, they sit in her stomach better. It's not a load of just liquid in her stomach that's kind of going blah, 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 blah. We've all had that feeling when we've drunk too much, haven't we? Of just, whoa, I'm getting seasick from the movements of the liquid in my own stomach. So it settled better in her stomach, she was vomiting less, and we could give her more calories per meal in less volume as well. And since then, Elin really has gone from thriving to thriving to thriving. She is growing fast. She is back on the actual growth curve. She's on a central line. Like her height is shooting up. She's doing super well. And we had loads of reservations about giving her a feeding tube in the first place. And I think this is also coming back to this sort of primal, I am mother, watch me feed. You want to be able to feed your kids. And hearing that she needs a feeding tube, it felt like we failed. We failed at feeding our own child. The sort of most basic responsibility of any parent is to feed your child. And we failed at that. But of course, it's not a question of us failing at that. It's a question that Elin's needs were such that she required more help. And getting the feeding tube surgery was us helping our child to thrive. Helping our child to grow and develop and thrive. That's what it is. And it has been a game changer. It has been life changing. And Elin is doing so much better. There you are, darling. Hair done. Hair done. Where are we now? We are 22:09, which means that we need to leave in a minute. Let me show you this quickly. Close up. That's the difference in thickness between the two tubes. And the other difference is that the one we're doing the blended diet through, it's just straight. Whereas the one we're doing the medicines and water through has a kink on it. And so there's more risk of creating a blockage here than there is of creating a blockage here. I don't know why there's a kink on it, but actually, I think it's because it sits flusher to the skin. Whereas this one, it needs space to just stick straight out. I still need to brush her teeth. I still have one epilepsy medicine and her multivitamins to give her. I also need to give her her Movicol, which is a mild laxative. You know, I mentioned she has lots and lots of gastric issues. Her stomach gets constipated if we don't give her laxative. So she has half a dose of mild laxative every day. And then I also need to give her some breakfast. So this is the Fortini. And in this bottle, this is vanilla flavor, and this bottle is 200 milliliters and it has 306 calories and 6.6 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. So it's a really good, nutritionally complete feed, but I assume it's kind of dull. I then have a cup of coffee for me in my Medical Mama travel mug, and you can buy these off me. So if you buy them, if you go to parentxp.org/shop, that's my website, you can buy these Medical Mama travel mugs. They keep your coffee warm for a long time and are super good to have in hospital where they don't like you having open mugs, that kind of thing, or whenever you're on the go. So I sell those there. Go and have a look, please. Help me out, support me. I am desperately trying to make a living off this YouTube channel, and right now I'm not quite managing to make a living off this YouTube channel, so every mug I sell will make an enormous difference to me and my ability to keep doing this, really. I have breakfast for me in the shape of a nut bar because I'm going to be eating my breakfast on the go. And Elin's going to have her breakfast on the go. And actually, the smartest thing I can do right now is get out of the house and then keep giving Elin her medicines and her breakfast while we're on the go. Because being in motion and outside makes her less likely to throw up. A lot of her vomiting is actually behavioural, and she doesn't like sitting in her chair. So she's like, yeah, I'm bored now. Blech. Yes, you are. You do. Hello? Jag är en tandborste, här kommer jag. Jag gör tänderna rena. Right, lean forward. Lean forward so all of this stuff in your mouth comes out. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. Right, I'm gonna get a bag. Oh, I have one here. Oh. For these things. Right, I just filled up her water syringe with a little bit more water because otherwise I will not be able to tell the difference between the Movicol and the water. Medicines, bikini, my breakfast, my coffee, water pump, oh, and the thick tube, nearly forgot the thick tube. Okay, that's on. You need your hoodie. This is quite cold. Is this funny, Elin? Me narrating what we're doing. It's not cold enough for her new winter coat, which is a wheelchair adaptive coat. So I'm just going to try and get this hoodie around her. Sit. Up, 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 up. Thank you. Lean back down. Oh, and lean back, 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 back. Let me get your other hand. There's my hand. Ah! And Elin's hand. Oh, well done. And let's get that round. And closed. And move this over so we protect your lovely clothes and keep the towel. And add some more towels to underneath your chair. We have a stash here already, but I have a feeling you're going to need it today. And we have your raincoat that needs to come with. Oh, and I want to put the harness on you so you don't fall forward too much. There. But I'm only going to close it on one side at the bottom because I need to access your tube. Oh, goodness me. Keep that on you, thank you very much. And your suction pump. Oh, and I'm going to need to move the chair up a bit. Oh, and your rescue kit needs to move over a bit. Okay, so Elin is sorted. Well done. The bag of essentials. My handbag. With keys, I've checked, and my phone. Whew. This is it. We are ready. Let's rock and roll. Thank you for watching. See you again very soon.